Welcome back to another episode of the Ben and Bergs podcast. I'm Ben, your favourite high school dropout and founder of Collective Shift. Alongside me is Bergs, your favourite MBA and CEO of Collective Shift. We're here to bring you world-class crypto research, strategies, and insights as we help you crush this crypto bull market. Plus, get an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at Sweetscale, one of the world's leading crypto research companies. If you like the podcast, we'd love for you to share it with a friend. It's how we grow the podcast each and every week. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. We'd love to grow our followers so we can keep bringing this to you for free every week. And Bergs, mate, Monday, I did one of the craziest things I've done, something on my bucket list that I've had for a long time. It was wild. It was a decision that was made last minute because I needed to essentially be in two places at once, and we had two massive things going on at once. I was in Brisbane doing a podcast with SwiftX and meeting one of our new hires in Brisbane, and I couldn't get back to Melbourne until later that night. And we had Travis, who was coming over from Perth to Melbourne, that I had to negotiate a pretty big deal with. And then the day after, so Tuesday, we had our largest high net worth summit that we've done. We had over 1,700 people, join that, which was wild. And we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on that event, and I essentially needed to be back for that to prepare. And it was a decision we made to end up flying on a small private jet, which was insane.
I'm so jealous, mate. It was flying private, bro.
It was. It's been on my bucket list for a long time. I can see why people do it. Full transparency, definitely don't own one. Nowhere near that level of wealth yet. And I said to my girlfriend, because we're both up there, that we'll be back to Jetstar next week to balance things out. But we also recorded, a lot of ads and content while we're on there, just to sort of make sure we utilize as much as we could. But mate, the whole experience was just insane. The time saving, and I think as I've grown my wealth over time, more than ever, I've realized that money allows you to buy back time. And this was the perfect example of it, where I literally couldn't get back from Brisbane to Melbourne. I wouldn't have gotten home until 8-9 o'clock PM on the Monday night. I wouldn't have been able to do my meeting with Travis. I wouldn't have been able to prepare for the summit, which we had a massive, massive day for, which we needed to prepare for, which I had no time for. Instead, the process was just insane. It took it from a 5-hour, 4-hour whole process to 2.5 hours. I was out of Brisbane and back in Melbourne and back in the office by 4 PM. So I essentially saved 4 hours of time. And looking back, I'm this is why people do it. If you literally, time is money, and you have the wealth to be able to do that consistently. The pilot was telling us how the jet that we hired was one of his clients, who he just uses it as a car. Essentially, they just fly it around wherever to get to certain places. The whole experience was wild, man.
Right,
it was.
Let's talk through the experience, because I've not heard this story. And the usual experience is you rock up to an airport, you have to catch an Uber there. You'll be at least an hour before your domestic flight goes. You have to go through, put all your bags in. Your plane's probably late. You have to board the plane. There's always delays on the runway. Get up, finally fly. Have that experience. Get off on the other side. Wait for your bag. Sometimes up to 2 hours. For some reason, every time I come back from Melbourne, there's always a huge, huge delay. Grab your bags and then Uber back to your place. So what was the experience like traveling on a jet? How was it getting to the airport? Where did you go? How did you board? What was that all like?
It was eye-opening. The only way I can explain it is that there's levels to this game, and you don't even know how high you go, because when you upgrade a level, you realize there's 10 other levels above you. So yeah, I had a meeting with Zan, our sales guy, in the morning. First time I met him. I was then at the SwiftX office to do a podcast in the morning. The jet company organized a car to pick up my girlfriend from the hotel because she had to work in the morning, picked up our sales guy because he ended up flying down with us. Josh was there, our content guy as well. Picked everyone up, picked me up from the SwiftX office. We got in the car, bags already loaded. We didn't go to the main airport. It was the private airstrip. Runway airstrip side of the other side of the Brisbane airport. We go in, the driver just buzzes the intercom. We get out, we just walk into this. Think of it like the Virgin Lounge, but no one's in there, right? You just go in there. There's no one else in there. It's all yours. You go in, a guy greets you. He's like, what do you guys want to drink on the plane? And we're like,
We get a choice? What is this?
yeah, what do you mean? It's like, do you want soft drink? Do you want champagne? Do you want beer? Like, what do you want? And I was like, oh, well, I'll have a couple of waters, Coke Zeros, Laura out a bottle of champagne. So they load it out, and the jet's there, right? And the first thing we see was our jet was the smaller one. There was a massive jet in front of it. So already, this is the most wild.
Yeah.
This is the most wild experience. But we're still the poor guy here, right? So you go in, then the pilot comes out. Pilot rolls in. He's just like the most chill guy. He's like, boys, how are we? What's going on? Are you ready to rumble? Like, got the jet lined up. We're all fueled up. You boys ready to go? And he's like, all right, quick, just, we'll do the safety stuff here. So you know how they do this whole thing, phones off, while you're in the airline and put the seatbelt on, right? Everyone's got to listen. Nah, mate, pilot just comes out. He's like, righto, boys, just, if we hit a bit of turbulence, just fucking strap it from the roof, plug in. Righto, we're good to go. Right, let's go. And they're like, mate, no security, no anything. They just took our bag. They didn't even ID check us. We just got on. They loaded up the back of the jet, back of the jet, bags are on. There's the pilot and 2 security guys walk us out onto the tarmac. There's just our jet. This thing is just this black 8-seater plane. It was fucking insane. It was a beautiful day. This thing was just unreal. The pilot was talking us through how he flies for the client who owns it. He was talking us through the plane. And then he's like, just so you guys know, the takeoff experience, he said, I've been doing this for years, never gets old. Just so you know, when we take off, you're going to feel it. It's like a roller coaster. And we're like, yeah.
You're pushed down into your seat.
Yeah. We're like, right, mate, well, let's see how we go. Anyway, so we get on the plane, doors up, they're just walking on with the door. It was like a movie, man. It was just crazy. We sit down and we're all just looking at each other going this is next level. This is just wild. Sit down. Obviously there's no air hostesses. There's no nothing. He's just in the front of the plane. He gets the air traffic control, gets approved. He's got the pilot thing on. And he turns around.
No co-pilot, just the one guy.
Just one pilot.
Yeah.
And he turns around and he goes, right, Laura, my girlfriend, you're in the captain's chair. By your side, open up that little flap and you're going to see a digital control. Now, when I'm taking off, if I can't hear the music absolutely pumping back there, I'm not going to take off. He's like, I want back there to be an absolute nightclub, basically. And we're just like, what the fuck? So Laura's connected to the Bluetooth. We're taxiing out, we're taxiing out past all the big Virgin flights like Etihad, and we're just going this runway. And this thing's cruising along. There's music pumping. And then we're get on the, when you go on the runway and you sit there for a bit and then the plane slowly takes off.
Yeah, you got to wait.
Mate, we go onto the runway and it was the G-force, all of our heads went just sucked back to the back of the chair. It was no one could talk. You feel your face go like this. And then within literally no one was prepared. We're what the fuck? This is there's no seatbelt sign. It was just we're going. It was no fucking around. No turn your phone, mate. And then this jet, and it's what he explained. Is when you take off, it feels like a rocket ship. The elevation is a lot higher than a commercial airline. You'll feel like you're just going straight up to space. He said that's fine. That's normal. They actually fly the private airlines higher than the commercial. You fly at 45,000 feet, so you climb like a rocket for a few minutes. So we're all just chatting away. We're thinking it's just going to slowly take off. Mate, we're fucking sucked back. And then this thing just fucking takes off. And honestly, there's a video of her like this. My face was just sucked back and we're just taking off like a rocket. And we're all just holy fuck. And music's pumping. We're this is just out of control. And then, got to the top and it was such a surreal experience. It was it was fast. We got there within a couple of hours. We recorded a bunch of content, we were just working. Laura was getting drunk. She was having a great time. And the pilot was talking us through. He's pointing. It was like a tour. He's yeah, look over there. You've got the mountains. And this is if you look over the coast, that's where that location is. And He
That's
just set up
amazing. I
there.
always thought they flew lower. So is it when higher? Is it like higher pressure in there or anything, or it just feels like a normal plane that you're in,
It felt actually,
or better?
when you get like the air, like your ears kind of pop and stuff, you didn't even get that. I didn't.
Yeah.
It was actually a lot smoother. Like there was only a little bit of turbulence at the end. The first like hour and a half was so smooth. And then we came down to land. We landed in Essendon. So Essendon's like not the main airport in Melbourne. Mate, we landed. Smoothest landing ever. They pull over to the big, and he's like, right, ladies and gentlemen, like, thank you so much. You guys have been so much fun. But you're gonna, if you've ever felt, the small fish of the crowd, we're about to pull up to the big boys' planes, and we're like, oh, here we go. So we pull up to this big hangar in Essendon, and there's just these like massive ass jets, like humongous, like 15-seater, like unbelievable, look like multi tens of $1 million jets, and we just pull up. They open the door. They put like a little like a doormat like at the bottom of the thing. We walk out. There's a black SUV just waiting for us. They just get our bags out, load up the car. We walk out of the plane into the car, and then we just drive out of the airport. No security, no waiting for bags, no anything. And we were back in the office within like 40 minutes. It was just, and then we just looked at each other like that was like the most.
What just happened?
What just happened? Like we didn't see anyone. We didn't do anything. We didn't have to talk to anyone. We just got on, got off, and got home. And it was just like insane.
And within the plane, how was like the comfort level compared to something like business class on a decent plane?
I mean, it was like, so there was 4 seats looking at each other. So 2 and 2, like facing each other. And there was 2 behind us. There's so much room. You can't stand up. Like the roof was lower. So you have to kind of sit down, but they got recliners. It was super like luxurious. It was comfy. They had tables. They packed on like wine and, fruit and food for us. Obviously, you just serve yourself. Like there's no, airline people. The toilet though, you can't stand up in the toilet, so you got to sit down to pee as a dude.
You'd be used to that anyway, mate.
Oh mate, yeah. Very used to that.
It's like when you're on a bus or something, like, when you got the dunny in the back, like you can't because your head will hit the top.
But yeah, it was just like, you can see why, if you've got that level of money, why you do it, because you just save so much time fucking around.
It's less fuss, and your car's right there. You don't have to wait, and the airport's not really far away.
No, and it's just like, you don't go through the security. You don't have to be there an hour early. You literally drive up to it and you just get in and get out. And it was just, honestly, like those guys playing at that level, there's just different rules, man. These guys play at different rules. There was no ID check. They didn't do security. Your bags don't go through anything. You weren't like wandered down. You weren't patted down. You got in and got off. Like, it's just different rules. It's crazy. It's wild.
Absolutely insane, man. So how do you rate the experience overall, mate?
Oh, it was... Yeah, it was amazing. It was onreal. I did say to the team, I was like, right, next week we're back in economy and Jetstar just to balance it out, because it's like one of those things once you fly business class to go back to economy, you really feel it. I think that's going to be one of those things.
Mate, and just having, I think, the privacy and only the people you like on the plane, rather than the screaming baby or the really annoying smelly guy or someone that's got really big shoulders or whatever sitting bloody next to you on the plane.
Man, you would like it as a guy that doesn't love flying. Like, I could see you really enjoying that. It was just and you know what? It was so much fun to bring not only Laura, my girlfriend, but Josh and Zen. Like, these are younger guys that work with me. Like, they were just like blown away by the experience. And that's one of the best things I think about doing this business is we're making money ourselves. We're making our clients money, but also our team. And we can just do these experiences and have these amazing things with people that we want to, help succeed. Like, it's just so, it was cool, man.
Yeah. It's a bucket list item, and it's something that you'll kind of remember forever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. It was so cool. And obviously, like, I wanted to not be this show-offy thing, that it was, and it's not something that happens all the time. It costs a lot of money, but it was for a purpose. It was to invest into what just played out yesterday, which was possibly one of our most successful summits we've ever had. And, if we didn't have that time, I was doing my slides right up to 3 minutes before I went on to stage. I would have lost 4 hours of time. Like, it wouldn't have happened.
I saw that in the WhatsApp chat, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're like, my slides, I'm up, my slides. And Josh's like, just give me a minute. And I'm like, oh God, can't I get to the absolute microsecond?
Because we're always improving. Like we could have used the same content as we've done before, but we're always improving. We sat down, we did so much strategy, we worked on it, and the delivery yesterday was way better than we've done before. It's just continuously improvement. I hate the idea of doing the same shit over and over and over again, not improving, not getting better results, and just plateauing. Like that's boring to me. I'm not in this game to plateau and just be average. Like we're here to win, and that's why we get every minute out of every day, because we want to improve and succeed. And that's the game.
Yeah, the day you stop wanting to do that is the day you should retire.
100%. If I stop wanting to do that, well, I'll be bored and I won't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, game over.
Yeah. So,
mate,
yeah, man.
Absolutely incredible.
Crazy.
What a story, man. So good.
It
would have gone really fast as well, because it's not a long flight. It's only a couple of hours. And by the time you get on, you fly and you come back, especially if you're doing a bit of work, it's like you look down, you look up, and it's time to land.
Yeah. And just all the noise, all the crap, all the wasted time in the airport and fucking around at security, and then like you're in the lounge, and then you've got a board, and then you're sitting on, and like, by the way, I'm saying this knowing that I'm 100% going back to doing all this very soon, but I can see why.
Yeah, but you're comparing the experiences, right?
Yeah, if you've got big money, and that's what the pilot said. He flies to the owner. He uses it like a car. Like they'll just fly around wherever they need to go to save time. And if you've got the money, money buys you back time.
That's the thing in life. You either use your money or your time. And if you've got lots and lots and lots of money, you would use that, because time is the scarcer non-renewable resource that you have.
Yeah.
And it's weird to say like that, and people hate on it, but it's like some people just play that game. That's the level that they're at.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And even people that are super, super important, like the one engineering guy that can only do that thing because he has that specific knowledge. It's like his time is worth so much. You fly them around, you get them there quickly because you need that thing done. And they're the only person that can do it because it's so specific.
Yeah. And also the only thing you have a finite resource of is time, and that, like a private jet is the extreme example of that. But like bringing it back to things like having a cleaner for me at home is fucking amazing, because I came home, the house is clean, and I fucking hate cleaning. Right. Or having, my Alice, my EA, who does all of the admin, does schedules, everything. Like a mate of mine asked, like, mate, that was so cool. Like, which company did you book the jet through? I'm like, mate, I have no fucking idea. I didn't do any of it. Like my EA organizes it all. Like that time, being able to have the support and assistance to help you spend more time on what your superpower is the key to success, in my opinion, in business or in any sort of, area where you're trying to grow and be better.
To be good in one area in life, you have to say no to other areas. You have to specifically choose, and to be used at your highest utility, you just can't do some things. Other people need to do them for you.
Yeah.
And it's a weird kind of concept, but the less that you have on your plate, the more you can focus on that huge growth area and being used at your highest utility, rather than spending time, whether it's cooking, cleaning, traveling, dusting, whatever it may be, 100%. Gardening, like outsourcing all of that. And that is generally what it takes to succeed, where you have to be outsized amount of attention and time in very few areas to get to the top few percent, and you neglect those other areas of your life. You see this quite commonly, where people will neglect their relationships or home lives, or they won't have a partner, or, they won't have a social life, or they won't go to the gym, things like that. And because they want to be very successful in that one or two areas, that's very important to them.
Yeah, no, totally. And by the way, guys, I've been doing this fucking game for 9 years. I've done the absolute budget of the budget, lived above a 7-Eleven in Bali with no bedroom, just a one-room apartment, trying to figure it out, in massive debt, making no money, like done all of that. Don't forget that this is a journey, and you hear these stories and think, oh, like, lucky him, or like all this shit. I'm like, nah, work my fucking ass off every day for 9 years. That's how I got here. I started, wasn't gifted anything in life. Same with you, Bergs. You neither of us were gifted anything, bring up, apart from good parents. Very grateful for my parents, and that's what instilled in me. But that's
we were having this conversation before, where people mistake success for privilege.
Yes.
And privilege is unearned. And if you think about your life specifically, like flying around the world, trying to make a company work. And when we say we're flying, it's like you're going somewhere for a cheaper cost of living because you're not being paid, trying to figure it out. Don't have a house, don't have a car, don't actually get any money from the company. You're in significant debt because you put money into the company and you owe the ATO, everything like that. And then this is years and years and years of effort. So it's hard when people just look at the success portion and don't apportion it over all the difficult things you've done where the majority of people would have given up.
Yeah.
And that's where I hate, where people see success, they just see that endpoint and they hate on other people.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, what did that person do to get there? How long did it take them? What did they sacrifice? And apply that before you start judging them.
100%. Totally agree. Mate, great way to end. Thank you so much, listeners. Hopefully you enjoyed that story. Yeah. A bit of a once in a lifetime experience. Was absolutely epic. And yeah, keep pushing. I think the biggest thing I just reflect on there, Bergs, is like, yeah, I remember those times. Fucking hell, the amount of times I wanted to give up, and just everything was just like, this is ridiculous.
Yes,
it's so sickening the pain we went through to try and get to where we are.
Oh. And it's funny how, like, the goal was not to fly private and to get on a jet. The goal was, how do I do these three very important things all at the same time?
Yes.
And you managed to get them all done. And this is going to propel our company forward. Yeah. And we're going to be more successful as a company. And it actually has nothing to do with the tooling, which was the jet that you flew on.
Absolutely
not. How wild is that? Whereas people just see the jet,
correct,
or whatever it is, and they're like, oh, that's the goal. That's the thing I need to achieve. It's like, no. This is in facilitation of a much larger goal.
Yesterday we had thousands of people. Yesterday will generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue, and that is the outcome of the investment. A lot of people, don't think about that. It's just like, just a line item expense. Like, no, that for me, the way I think about it, that was an investment to get the outcome. Now, was it a risk? Yes. What happens if I still fucked it up? Well, yeah, obviously everything comes with risks, but it wasn't like, how can I fly private? It was like, yeah, like you said, how can I do these three things that I need to do all at once?
And stack the odds in your favor and actually have a good chance of success 100%. Instead of delays and being absolutely wrecked, not getting there on time, stressing out, and then delivering your shit thing. If you make it at all.
Literally.
Well, actually, you couldn't, because there weren't flights at that time as well.
No.
Well, and you'd have to sacrifice a few of the things that you did.
Yep.
And none of them were really worth sacrificing because they're all massive points of leverage.
Yep. Slides wouldn't have been done, and I wouldn't have had that conversation with Trav. So anyway.
Legendary, mate.
Thank you, folks. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you like these podcasts, we'd love for you to leave us a follow. Check out our other episodes. We've got so much great content coming out to you each and every week, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks, champions.